It is Wednesday, June 12th, 2019, 2:06:07 now p.m. If you can't tell, I am burnt to a crisp. My whole, like my forehead, oh, it hurts so much right now. I just moved my face, but it's burnt. I've got a nice suntan, or the nice burn. I don't know if you can tell, but I was wearing my glasses, so my shades, so nice shades. My arms got burnt. I don't know if you could tell on this arm, but yeah, you can kind of tell there's a burn. So basically, we had a bracelet, and this right here is just not tanned, where the rest of it is. My neck, back of my neck is also tanned. And the reason, or I guess burnt, the reason I'm burnt is because yesterday we went to Wonderland, and it was awesome. I really needed that. I didn't know how much I needed that, but I'm so glad I went. I did not think about any. I just focused on having fun. Like I didn't even try. Like it was just awesome. Like I didn't think about school. I thought about school twice just because Matt mentioned something. I said something about how I didn't want to come because I was in this class. Like, fuck, I'll go anyway. So and then at like 11:50, I was like, oh, I would have been done class, and that was it. I didn't think about school or life or like work or stressing exams, nothing like that. I didn't worry about anything. I just had fun, and that was awesome. I so needed that day. It was actually really nice outside for the most part. It was sunny, and but it was cold though. It was weird. It was like parts of the day were like really hot, and the other parts of the day were like it was warm, but like there was a very cold breeze. So especially the later on in the day, it got pretty chilly. So some of the rides were pretty harsh. But basically, we got there. The park opens at 10, so we got there at like I think we got inside at like 10:10, something like that. Went straight for the Yukon Striker, the new ride. And I was a little nervous, I'm not going to lie. Pretty nervous. And I think the first time we did it, we sat in the second row. So there's 3 rows. And we sat in the second row, I believe, the first time. And the way up, obviously, that's the worst part of the ride for me. I was like, oh, this blows. And then it gets to the top. And then it makes you look down. When you're in the second and third row, you don't actually see like the tunnel. You just kind of are looking over or whatever, but it hangs there it's like 4 seconds, but it feels like so long. You're like, oh my god, just drop me already. And then finally you drop, and it is unreal fast. First of all, you go through that tunnel, and no matter how many times we did it, and no matter how much clearance there was, I couldn't help but kind of duck in my seat. And then after that, my hands were up the entire ride. It was so fun. Honestly, it goes 120 kilometers per hour. It's so fast. Like I literally felt my face was being pulled backwards. So fast. So fast, in fact, that on the way home, we were going like 120 on the highway, and I felt like I was on the roller coaster, and I was just like, my body was like, after that, after a whole day of roller coaster, you kind of feel like you're on a roller coaster, but like my body felt like I was on the Yukon Striker, because I was just, I don't know, because we were going so fast, but it was different. It was such a weird feeling. It was like I was it was like I was on that roller coaster, and but I had wind guards around me now, so it was such a weird thing. So basically, we did that. The ride overall is good. At first I said it's my favorite ride, but looking back now, like thinking about it all last night, I was like, I think Leviathan's still better, just because this one doesn't go as high. I think both Behemoth and Leviathan go higher than it, so. Or taller than it, so it's like it's not that great, because like yes, you go straight down. The drop is cool and all, but it doesn't last very long. It's down, you're there. Whereas Leviathan, you are dropping for what feels like an eternity, and because of that, I think Leviathan has a better drop. But also Leviathan just feels longer, and it feels like there's a lot more going on. With Leviathan, you're going up, it's those parts where you're going up and then it slings you down, so it feels like you're falling out of or coming out of your seat. I love those are fun. Whereas with Yukon Striker, I think there's like maybe one of those. Like it wasn't that interesting. I don't know. And it was short too. It just felt like it was like a 20-second ride. So at first I said it's my favorite, but looking back now, I definitely say that it's not. I think Leviathan's still better. But we finished it because the line wasn't long. The line wasn't that long. I think we waited like maybe 10-15 minutes. I was expecting it to be a lot longer. So we went back, and the line still wasn't that long, so we went again right after. 2 times in a row we did this, and I was like, okay, we did it once, I can do it again. And this time, my brother's like, so we're doing it front row? I was like, I never ever have done a front row roller coaster, and I've always been too scared. I was like, you know what, screw it, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. For this ride, of course, let's do it. So we get in there, and I'm not super nervous, but I'm definitely a little nervous. And so, again, we start off, we're going up the thing, and actually, the way up, I realized that it's, the reason I don't like the descend up to the top of the roller coaster is because I can't see where it ends. Because when I was in the front row, I knew it ended. So like I didn't feel that kind of oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god feeling in my stomach, because I knew like oh we're almost there, cool. And yeah, so we got to the top, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be rough. And of course, it kind of slowly rolls you towards the edge, and then it goes over, and literally, it's like literally you're just looking down. Like I'm sitting, but like, so if this is my back, we're sitting like this. So my back's this way, and my legs are down, and I'm literally looking down 90 degrees into this tunnel that we're about to go into. And the 4 seconds that I was talking about earlier that felt like an eternity, it felt even longer. So we're like, oh my god, just drop us already, please. And finally it drops, and it's just so unreal how fast that drop in your front row is just so incredible, so good. Again, I wish it was taller though. That would have been, if it was a taller ride, oh my god, that would have been nuts. Because it is a pretty crazy drop. I think, and like the thing too is that they have so they have like the full, like with Leviathan, the Behemoth, they just have like the little thing that sits in your lap to hold on to. With this, they have like the full shoulder covers, and there's like a nice thing too. It's like so they have like the obviously the metallic or whatever stuff, but they also have like a plastic, not plastic, but it's like a rubbery kind of thing that sits on your chest almost, and it's nice. It felt good, but I think that ride would have been a lot better had it had just the lap thing. Because I think you would have had that falling out of your seat feeling more on the drop. Because it definitely felt like it if you're falling out of your seat, but it was not as bad as Leviathan or Behemoth. So yeah, we did that twice, and then we went to do, I believe Behemoth was next, and we did that twice. The first time we did the front row. So basically it was, I think, Matt and Maciek, I think in the very, so basically what it is there's 2 seats in the front. Whoops. There's 2 seats in the front, and there's 2 seats behind them. So it's like that kind of thing. So basically, me and Laura, I believe I don't know who sat beside me, but me and whoever sat beside me were technically the front, but not the front, but it was technically still the front. So that was fun. After doing the front row of the Yukon Striker, I wasn't really that scared about anything anymore. Even just going up on the rides anymore didn't feel that bad. Even like when I wasn't in the front row, I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. Having done that, so I guess that was nice. Oh, my nose. So we did that. That was cool. That was really fun. Line wasn't long at all. Like again, I think we waited not even 10 minutes. And then yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then we came back and did it again right after. So we did Behemoth 2 times in a row as well. That time I think we sat in the very I want to say in the very back. Yeah, I think we sat in the very back for that one, which was funny because it was like, basically, if you're in the front row, you take that drop, like it kind of slows at the top, and then you drop. Whereas in the back row, you're just going the entire time, and then because the front goes, you're like slingshotted over this fucking thing, and I'm just like, oh shit! So that was fun. The back is pretty fun too, so I like that. So we did that, and then after that we did, so hold on, I wrote down all the things we went on. Behemoth is done. After that, so I don't remember all the order of stuff we went on, but I wrote down everything we went on. Stunt coaster we went on twice. That's that was a lot of fun. I've never been on that before, and it was so much fun. Oh my god, it was so good. So basically, in most rides, they'll be like, the people will be like, all right, thumbs up, ready, and then kind of the thing slowly starts, and you're like, all right, here we go. Whereas with this, it was like, they check to make sure we're locked in, and then like 2 seconds later, the ride started. And the thing with this ride is that you fire. It doesn't slowly start. You just go. Like, it goes from 0 to 100 immediately in terms of speed, and you're like, oh shit! It was amazing. It was so good. It was so, I love that ride just for the start. It was so freaking good. And then at one point you go through a tunnel and it's just black. It's pitch black. You can't see nothing. So you have no idea where you're going. And I was like, oh my god, this is terrifying. So yeah, we did that twice. Didn't do it twice in a row, but we did that. That was awesome. We did Drop Zone once, which, Drop Zone, I don't know, it's never really, I think Drop Zone has never really been like something that makes me nervous or anxious, but it's like halfway through going up on Drop Zone, that's where I'm like, okay, we can stop any time now. And then as soon as he starts counting down, as soon as he starts talking, like, just do the countdown, dude, just do the countdown, just do the goddamn countdown, 5, 4, let us drop, please, come on. So he was talking, taking his time, finally 5, 4, and then you drop, you're like, oh, I love Drop Zone, because it's like my stomach in my throat, I love it. So that was fun. Dragonfire, don't remember which one that is. Let's see. Dragonfire is that one. Yeah, I don't, that was okay. It was good. No complaints. Leviathan we did twice in a row. The first time we did it, we initially wanted to do it only once, but when we were done, we realized that the line wasn't actually that long, so we went ahead, we went again. So I don't remember if we did front row. I'm pretty sure, I think the first time we did it, yeah, the first time we did it, we were, I think, in the back, or like near the back, and then the second time we did it, we were in the very front. Me and Matt were in the very front. And that ride, oh yeah, that drop, front row, wow. So that was awesome. I'm definitely a front row kind of guy now. Like after doing it on Yukon Striker and Leviathan and Behemoth and all that crap, like oh my god, like I love the front row. It's just so much more fun. So Leviathan was fantastic. Cyclone, which one is this again? Cyclone. Oh yeah, that one is that one's not bad. I don't mind it. It was fun. It wasn't a long wait, so we did that. Shockwave is which one? Yeah, Shockwave was pretty cool. I wish that it was a little bit more like spinny. Like I should spin this around a little bit more, like in terms of the actual like seats rotating. That was pretty cool. We did the bat. We sat in the front. That was really cool because with the loop, like I don't know, with all the other rides, it didn't feel as close. But with the bat, it felt like I was literally like face to face with the railing. So felt like I was gonna smash into that. So that was fun. Vortex, good ride, no complaints. We did the standing Ferris wheel thing. Which was fine. I tried doing it without no hands, but like after a while, like literally it's on a 90-degree angle and it's going in a circle like this. And like as we got to the top, I thought like I was on the very edge, so I thought I was gonna fall at the door. Like no, I can't do this. Screw this. So yeah, we couldn't do that. So there is another ride we went on, or we don't run it again, but there's a story that goes along with this. So basically, throughout the day we had like eating, we were eating and stuff. So that was cool, but so basically at the end, oh, we actually did another one. I forget the ride, whatever the ride is inside the mountain where you gotta shoot the dragon and shit. We did that twice. I don't really like it that much. One, like the 3D glasses they give you. First of all, it's gross because 1,000 people wear them, but also like the first time my left eye was like black, and I like it didn't start off that way. Like when we got in, like once we started like the ride, once we got into the second, like once we go outside and then you go back in the mountain. Once we got in there, it was just black. I was like, the fuck happened? The second on my right, I did the same thing. So I was like, okay, this is stupid. And the first time my gun didn't work. So, okay. The second time my gun was like half working. So it was just, I don't know. I didn't like it that much. It wasn't that interesting. The only cool thing about it, especially the first time we did it, is that there's a dragon. So basically you fight a dragon and you're shooting this dragon. And, you know, I'm like, shoot it in the eye. And as I'm saying what happens, like the dragon, you're fighting the dragon, and then the floor beneath you falls or goes out and you drop. And me and Laura and Magic have been on this. They didn't tell us. Thankfully, me and Matt didn't know this. So it was literally, shoot him in the eye! It was so good. That was actually that part I loved. Even the second time, I didn't know exactly what was coming, but I knew it was coming. And it was just hearing the other people's reactions too was awesome. So we did that. And then yeah, so basically, we did it. So it was at 7 o'clock. The park closed at 8. So at 7, we lined up for that. We got out at like 7:30, and then we were gonna go. We were looking. I was like, let's go find like a short line. Not sure we're gonna do Yukon Striker again. I was like, it's a long line. I feel like it's just gonna be for like go find something short. But he's like, dude, like 24 people go on at a time. Line's not that big. Let's just go. I was like, okay, whatever. We'll end the day with Yukon Striker. Fine. Thankfully, we did this. Good thing I listened to my check. So we go on Yukon Striker. It wasn't that long of a wait. We go on Yukon Striker. I think we sat in the second row or something like that. And fun, super fun again. And so we're walking back, and Matt's like, and Matt says that he wants to. There's this pug stuffed toy that he wanted to get. And he's like, all right, so I want to go get this stuffed toy. And I don't remember who, but Maciek or I mentioned something about going on it one more time while they go get that. And I remember Maciek was like, so. Like, it's your call, Mike. Do you want to go? And I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. So Laura and Matt went to go get this pug, and me and Macho went to go ride Yukon Striker for a 4th time. So we go in there. I think we're in the second row again, and super fun. At this point, I know what's going on. It's like, this is great. And there's a lady behind us, directly behind us, who was nervous as shit. It's like, I just did the Leviathan. I'm so scared of this right now. I might die. And so I felt kind of bad because I was like, oh yeah, no, this is pretty bad. It's rough. You're not helping. I'm like, shit, my bad. So yeah, so we did that. It was really cool, like kind of listening to her reaction. And so basically, you drop, and then you go through the thing, and then you get to this part where you go straight for a second, and then there's a second drop. And I was like, so I don't think she knew that. So like when we got to this, the straight part, I was like, so how was it? Was it fun? She's like, I'm alive. And like right when I knew we were about to drop, I'm like, well, but I said something like, but wait, there's more. Or, like there's another surprise coming, and then we dropped, and she's like, ah! So that was really funny. And then so basically once we were done that, we pulled up to the station and we saw that the people in front of us went, and then like so we were gonna get off, and there was like 6 people or something like that were left. Like the ride had closed, Wonderland was closing, and there were 6 people left who were going on the ride. So we got off, and Machi and I was like, yo, we should ask if we can get back on. So Machi asked the person, like, since there's only like 6 people, can we just go one more time with them? Lady kind of looks around, she's like, all right, yeah, go on. And I guess 2 other guys did it with us, so we went to the back row this time. Went to the back row. The guys were also with us in the back row. So we went 3 times in a row. Total 5 times on that ride. So good. Yeah, definitely the front row is the best. But if you're sitting in the back in the second row, you can't really see the hole, which kind of sucks when you're kind of suspended in the air. But you definitely see it on the way down. And I just couldn't help. 5 times in a row, ducked on the tunnel. So awesome ride. I still think Leviathan's better though. But overall, very good. Yeah, I got burnt to shit. I wore my Seinfeld Nirvana shirt, and I got complimented on it 3 times. So the first time was like a park administrator, I guess. He stopped us like, dude, your shirt is the most random thing I've seen. It's so funny. Where'd you get it? Don't know. It's a gift. Second time we were getting food, and this lady asked. She said, it's awesome. Where'd you get it? I was like, it was a gift. And then the third time I was asking one of the people who was cleaning up in the park where to go somewhere, and he was telling me to go buy that nice shirt, and I was like, thank you. So that was nice. I felt good. There was a bunch of preteens and teenagers there. I guess there were a lot of people on a school trip. Like honestly, I think 95% of the whole park was filled with kids or teenagers. Like it was, I don't know. But yeah, so there's a lot of them, and honestly, it was so funny watching. Like every once in a while, I'd kind of look at some of the kids, and like they would be looking at my shirt, and I could see the confused look on their face. Either they had no idea what it was, or they were like, that's not Nirvana, but I don't know who those people are, because I imagine most of them don't know who Seinfeld is. So that was funny. That was really, really funny. 2 times in the park we heard Let's Go Raptors chants, which was awesome. One of the rides, actually, as it was starting, people were chanting Let's Go Raptors. So much Raptors gear everywhere. I'll talk about Raptor stuff in a second. What else was there? Oh yeah, of the 5% people who were adults, there were a few pretty attractive women, and there was 2 in particular that caught my eye. And at first I felt kind of gross for looking at them, or just kind of having these observations, but then I was like, no, they did this on purpose. They want people to look at them, otherwise they wouldn't have dressed like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and look. So the first girl, well, first of all, she didn't wear a bra, but second of all, she wore like this tank top that was very, very loosely fitted. And so basically, we're on the way to go to the inside the mountain ride, and I was kind of, whatever, looking around. I look, and side boob, so much side boob. I'm like, nice, nice, nice. And then I realized, like, she's literally a light breeze away from a nip slip. And I was like, nice, nice, nice. So that was nice. The second one was like a top 10, like top 10. I've seen maybe 9 other people that are this attractive. She was gorgeous. And she was walking around with like booty shorts, I guess. I don't know what they're called. Like the jeans that were like cut off. They're supposed to cut off like basically right underneath your butt cheek or whatever. But for her, I guess, I don't know. It was literally like the bottom, like that girl had side boob. This girl had underbutt. You could see the bottom of her ass jiggling as she moved. And I was like, yes, this is amazing. And I'm walking behind you, and it just so happens that we're walking in the same direction for like 10 minutes. Thank you. So that was cool. Like I said, felt a little pervy. I was like, well, I mean, they did this on purpose, right? So I'm allowed to look and be like, oh, you're attractive. Cool. So that was cool. But yeah, that was Wonderland. So much fun. I wish I brought sunscreen, because especially my forehead, it hurts. Oh my god, yeah, I forgot. So I don't know how I almost forgot this. So we walked for so long. So basically, I was expecting to be a little tired and stuff, and I went to bed like 11 or whatever. I woke up at 2 a.m. and my calves they hurt so bad. Like it wasn't hurt. They weren't hurting. It was just sore. It was like it's like I had a cramp in both of my calves, and like it didn't matter how I laid, what I did. It didn't matter how I laid. So basically, the only thing that would help if I like put my legs out like this, and I went to like stretch towards them like that off my bed. That was the only thing that helped. But like I can't stay like that forever. So that was the only thing that helped. But it was just so uncomfortable, and I tried falling asleep through it, and I think I fell asleep maybe around like 2:30 again. And I woke up at 4, and I was like, oh, please be like 5 o'clock or 6. No, it was 4. 4 o'clock, and at that point, I figured it was maybe going to die down a little bit. No, it didn't. It was as bad, if not worse. And I couldn't fall asleep. Like, I was just tossing and turning. I just couldn't. I was trying to massage them. Like, it hurt so bad. So at like, I think like 4:45, I was like, fuck it, I can't. Like, the only thing that helps is like standing. Like, standing up, especially if I'm standing, it hurts. It's still sore, but it hurts less. So like, I'm just gonna stand. Like, I can't. I'm not gonna fall asleep. So I've been up since about 4. I've got like maybe 4 hours of sleep. Not that tired, surprisingly. So I'm standing up today to watch a hockey game. So there's that. But yeah, that was painful. I think by the time it was like 7:30, by the time I was heading out to school, my legs were fine. Or was it even? No, I think my legs still kind of. If they hurt, honestly, I don't really remember. They were definitely dying down at that point. I think halfway through class, I realized my legs weren't hurting, so that was nice. Cause yeah, it was just rough. It was so bad. But yeah, there's that. So really quickly, hopefully, I want to do this before my mom gets home, because I don't want to have to redo this, or do this another time. But basically, 2 things I want to talk about: Stanley Cup Final, Game 7, St. Louis, Boston today in Boston. Boston's gonna win. You don't lose. Boston doesn't lose Game 7s in Boston. So, congrats to them. I'm staying up to watch that. I think it starts at 8, so it should be done by the time the celebrations are done, like maybe close to midnight or so. So there's that. And then the NBA Finals. Toronto currently leads 3-2. Game 6 was on Sunday, and they lost by 2 points, and my stream died in the very last minute. So basically, when my stream died, they were ahead by like 4 points or something like that, and then my stream died, and they ended up losing by 2, I believe. And I saw like the last play. So I heard people saying like Nick Nurse took a dumb timeout or something like that. But I saw the final shot where Lowry took a 3-pointer from the corner and he hit the side of the net. So like it bounced towards the crowd. But I think I saw a comment that someone on the Warriors got like tipped it. So, but I was like, wow, what a wow. It was in Toronto too. Like people were so hyped. Like imagine if they won in Toronto. They could still, if it goes to Game 7, which hopefully it doesn't. But I kind of wanted to so they can win in Toronto. But if they won, it would have been unreal. So I missed the last minute, but I was pretty upset because, one, I stayed up to watch that game, and I was like, I have to do this one more time at least during the week. Great. So that's tomorrow. But, yeah, honestly, it's so exciting, the fact that the Raptors are in the playoffs or in the finals. Like, the last time I felt this kind of feeling was when I think the Leafs were in, like, the semifinals or something like that as a kid, and literally, it felt like everyone was talking about the Leafs. Like, people who weren't regularly hockey fans were talking about the Leafs. And it was just, every car you saw had the flag. It was on every front page of the newspaper. Like, everyone was talking about the Leafs. We're doing, in arts and crafts, we're doing stuff for, like, the Leafs to put on the wall, like, Go Leafs Go. And I didn't really appreciate it at the time. I never really remembered it until now, where it's, like, literally everybody is, like I said, Wonderland, let's go Raptors chants. Apparently, Alexis on Fire, I saw a video, Alexis on Fire in New York had a concert, and people were chanting, let's go Raptors. I mean, everywhere you see We the North flags, people wearing Raptors jerseys, it's all over the news. Everyone's talking about it. Like, my teacher even made a joke about it today, the fact that they choked Game 6. Like, literally everybody's watching this, and everybody's invested. Like, everyone on my Facebook is talking about it. Like, I'm just like, this is so good. Like, everyone, like, all these people together, and we're cheering for Toronto to win, and it's just such a cool feeling to be as one. And I remember after we went, I saw Adam Sandler, like, people were watching Game 4 or whatever it was, and it was like everyone was just crowded together and so excited for Toronto, and it just that feeling of togetherness. The fact that, especially for the fact that, like, excluding TFC, because I don't know, yes, Major League Soccer, but like they're not say no one cares, but like they're not as big as the Blue Jays, Raptors, or Leafs, not even close. So yes, they won the TFC championship in 2017, but like the fact that, but like, again, smaller team in my opinion, but the fact that, like, this is the first time a major sports team has made it to the finals since, I believe, 93, because that was the Blue Jays. I don't know if, no, Canada would have been Vancouver, I think, in 2011, but no, for definitely Toronto, I think would have been 1993. So basically, an entire generation. Like, this is the first time I personally have ever seen a Toronto team in the finals. That's a major sports team, I think. I don't actually watch the Blue Jays or yeah, but it's just so weird and so awesome just seeing everyone come together. Like, I love it. And if the Raptors win, which they could, hopefully they do, Like, it's gonna be amazing. Like, the Toronto is so ready to explode with this, and I'm just so like, again, I'm a you know, I not that I'm is it a bandwagoner if you don't really watch basketball, but I've always liked the Toronto team. Like, I didn't follow them that much, but like, I cheered for them. Like, I not maybe actively, but I was definitely like, yeah, you know, if I had to pick a team to be the Raptors. So is that still bandwagon? I don't know. I'm gonna say bandwagon, but as a bandwagoner, like on whatever the game 5 was, I was ready to cry. Like, literally, if they won, I would have definitely cried because I was like, I can't believe that I'm like, when they were up, I was like, I can't believe I'm like 5 minutes away from potentially seeing a major Toronto sports team win a championship in my lifetime. Unreal. So hopefully they win. Again, super excited. Everyone's just together again. Just that feeling of togetherness is so cool, so nice. Hopefully they win, because it would be quite a downer considering that they were up 3-1, and the fact that literally the entire country is behind them. Like, everyone's talking about this. Everyone is like, this is the biggest thing in Canada for a long time. So that's awesome. But you know what? You can't help but as a hockey first kind of guy, and as a disgruntled Leafs fan, you can't help but just be like, I hope every single person on the Leafs is watching, because this could have been you and the Raptors. Imagine the city right now if both of you were in the finals. Yeah, but no, you wanted to shit the bed in Game 6 and, you know, not give a fuck in Game 7, and Babcock being an idiot. So cool. I mean, maybe this will hype you up. Maybe like, oh wow, Toronto actually gives a fuck about sports, and maybe we should try and play well. But I'm not getting my hopes up, because, you know, it's the Leafs. Doesn't matter who plays for them. They're just cursed to never have success. So, still disgruntled. Still not watching every single game next year. Still planning on watching the home opener, the first game of the season. If they're one and the same, watch that game, and then every once in a while, catch a game. So, could have been you, Leafs, but no. You'd rather watch a team do well in the finals than play. So, good for you. And yeah. So now I'm going to go back to studying. Kind of putting it off. But yeah, so basically, writing my 740 exam tomorrow. I'm kind of nervous because I don't know what's going to be on it. Hopefully I pass. That Network Plus really messed with me. So I'm going to do that. I'm currently writing questions for my Security Plus book. On chapter 4 out of 12 right now. I think I'm almost done chapter 4. Start studying that. Then I gotta start reading like 742. Because 741 is a lot of networking. I feel like I kind of understand that. Whereas 740, like, there's a lot of terminology and stuff. 742 rather. So yeah, we got Exchange now. We tried to install, or we did install at the end of the day today. So eventually I'll kind of get doing that on my computer here. And yeah, right now, like, again, like today after yesterday, like I'm kind of, all right, let's kind of do this school thing and work towards studying. So that'll eventually end, I'm sure, and that will eventually end. So yeah. So anyway, long ass video. I'm gonna go now. Once again, congratulations to Boston. Good try, St. Louis. In the alternate universe, congratulations to St. Louis. You were the people that I would have liked to have won, but you know, Boston can't go a goddamn week without winning a championship. And let's go Raptors, baby.